Hello guys, Adam here again, and today we're not gonna test. Yes, we're gonna test tomorrow, but today we're gonna just look into something. And by the way, look at it. There is a McLaren Madness, and there is a picture of Dodge Dart. That's kind of funny. So, okay, good. So we are in a game where most of the cars are just mostly spammed, as we know. In 1679 it's Bentley. In 1592 it's mostly Eugene, and maybe now it would be a different car. In 1412 it's McLaren. So I'm gonna do a little fun, maybe choosing. This is gonna be interesting video because we're not gonna pick cars. I'm gonna try to judge the cars from the rank. Let's say I already mentioned it yesterday. So first rank we're gonna go through is 1048 slash 1052. So this rank offers us a variety of cars. I can choose Mini Cooper as Roadster, this Range Rover, and I can't choose the GLC or the Thanos truck. So, and now I need to choose a different car from these, besides what I already told you. So I can pick these triple SUVs and the AQS and the Mini Cooper. Mini Cooper because it's best for beginners. So which car would I go with? Impala would be a good choice. I love the Impala, love the performance. It maybe seems like a big boat, but it's actually kind of fun to play it. Datsun, don't have it sadly. ATS is underrated, honestly. I tried it yesterday, 2 races, and it was pretty nice. But in longer tracks you will suffer because the net efficiency is not that good. But I would go with this car. Kia would be interesting, another very forgotten car. But my top two cars would be the Impala and the Cadillac ATS. And that's mostly it because other cars are just kind of copy or a little slower than the other ones. So I'm mostly picking these two. So we're gonna move in rank 1138, where I'm not gonna pick the Mito GTA, Audi RS3 Sportsback because these two cars are upgradable, same as this. And I can choose the Infinity, which is here, for front treasure, and the Audi TTS. I can pick those because these cars are, well, in quotes, kings, so I'm not gonna pick those. So which one I would go with? Well, this is kind of a tricky rank, but I would maybe go with KTM X-Go GT4 as my number one. Number two, it would be a car that not as much people use, which is this Hyundai E30N. And if I had the third choice to go with, I would honestly go with this Nissan 370Z. Why? Well, every single of these cars have very nice acceleration, handling, drifting, and nitro efficiency. So it's only in a matter of me choosing which car I would go with. These are like another options that I'm going with. You will see maybe mostly cars that are not that much used in multiplayer. It's kind of underrated cars that can perform very good. That's what I saw in multiplayer. Now let's move on into rank 1230. One of my most favorite rank at the game. I can pick Chevy Camaro GS, BMW M3 Sedan, Infiniti, Chevy Corvette C3, the other, what it is? It is upgradable, so I mean, I guess Ferrari and Don Quixote. Don Quixote because it's the king, and every other car because it's upgradable and very good in performance. So, which car should I go for? Well, Holy Double, Ford Focus RS and Lotus Elise Cup. These two are actually my quite most used in a rank, but I'm not gonna go with quite most used in the rank, but I'm gonna pick quite different car, which is BMW M1. Why? Well, pretty easy question, because when these ranks actually started, there was a event. If you remember, I think the old relay of the Asphalt 8, there was on the like down right side there was a play, and in the middle was an event, and it was this event that you can play with. The game will randomly give you some car on this rank, and you are gonna compete against each other in that in that car. And honestly, when I got the M1, I was actually pretty surprised of the performance. I actually instantly bought it in this rank, and it was my first car I actually maxed in this exact bracket. That's the reason why I'm picking this car, because it's actually pretty fun to play with it. But if I really have to go for like a 100% option, focus is very good. I mean, how many people are not using this for focus? I mean, it's crazy. And then also Celis Cup. These two cars are actually flawless. Love them. So that would be my picks for this rank. If I wouldn't count the most usable cars, 4C is another option after the M1. 4C is another, again, quite underrated car, but with very good potential and very powerful performance. That's all in 1230. Let's move to 1318, the rank that it would be maybe most easy for me. I can't pick Countach DS Survolt, which is here, and Aston Martin DB9. Obviously, Infinity Black Project S is actually not available for me because I don't even have that car. So which car would I go with? Well, it's not surprisingly, it's not an Enduro. My car number one, it would be kinda, well, honestly, you wouldn't maybe expect it because the Macan is not maxed. It's Ferrari Testarossa. Pretty simple reason. It's literally a clone of the Lamborghini, but with not upgradable, and I think with less slower acceleration. But other than that, it's very powerful car in terms of performance. Lovely acceleration, handling, drifting, very nice, and the nitro efficiency is good as well. I have it maxed on my tablet account, and I already played it here, so it's actually pretty awesome. Love it. Another car that I would go or consider going is my Shelby Cobra 427. Why I love playing with this car is just giving me old memories when this car was actually pretty OP. And I enjoy the sound of it. It's just absolutely lovely. Have to, I don't know if you agree or not, but I would say that engine sound was absolutely flawless. So, this rank is already out. By the way, I did the Ital Edition Da Vinci at max as well, but it was slower on acceleration, slower than SR1, Survolt, and another cars of electric, so it's not good car to go for. Now, let's move to 1410. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not gonna choose the McLaren, the F1. I can choose M6 because it's a powerful car. And I'm not gonna choose the Sbarro Sparta and the BMW 3.0 CSL Homage. These two cars are my most played on these ranks. And which car would I go with? Well, now it's a matter of cost, by the way, because I would go with this, an AC 378 GTZ. Why this car on earth, you can ask me. Question is very simple, and the answer is simple as well. It's a very powerful car in terms of performance. Lovely acceleration, not as lovely as BMW, but it is very good. Handling is absolutely killing. Love that. Honestly, love that. Handling, yeah, drifting, decent, I could say. Maybe in terms of good, like in the middle, but slightly above the middle. And auto efficiency, I would say middle, definitely 5 out of 10. And this is, by the way, the least least coin cost car in this bracket because it costs 500 tokens, same as this Alfa Romeo. Other cars cost 600. But other than that, these cars are pretty compatible. And somehow my Wi-Fi is starting to lag. Very interesting. But what would be my next car that I would go with? This. Cadillac ATS-V I already tested in my videos, and I already spoke about it. It is very good car. I don't know what I could say more about it. I mean, everything of that car is perfect. Love that. I would really recommend that car. And other car that I actually tested out yesterday, Nissan Fairlady Z. I actually love it, and I actually would consider to playing with that car even more. So if you have these cars, actually go for it. They are very nice in terms of performance. So that was 1410. Now let's move into 1500. At this bracket, I can't pick the OP Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, which is right here, and Lamborghini Asterion. The reasons are pretty simple. Both of these are most usable, and Asterion is very good for new players as well. So with which car I would go for? Okay, thank you for this car hunt. Oh, it's okay. It's for OT. Okay, I can see why. With which car I would go for now? That is kind of a tricky situation here because I have a little hierarchy here set up, which is the hierarchy of the most usable car, and I have it like, if you have the Lancer, play with Lancer. If you don't have a Lancer, go with Asterion. If you don't have Asterion, go with this Ferrari 612 Saglietti or with this Camaro. And after that, go with that I would recommend a very good car and TVR. Yeah. And yeah, these two cars are actually my most playable cars at that bracket, but if I'm not counting the Saglietti, I would go with Marussia B2. Why? Again, memories, good old times. It was my first B-class car I ever bought in the game, so it would have some mystery meaning to me. Not Sinner 1, I don't know why. I just prefer the Marussia over Sinner 1, so if I wouldn't count the Saglietti, I would go with Marussia B2 as my second spot. If it was counting the Saglietti, it would be Saglietti and the TVR. TVR is literally number one. Love that car. Love the handling. The TVR is absolutely lovely on that thing. So that was 1500 rank. Now 1592. The rank of Eugene is, I would say, and I'm not gonna pick this Porsche because it's good for beginners. And I can't pick the Eugene because it's most usable car in that. Which car would I go for? Well, Ramona is again a very good choice. If you don't have Eugene, or go with Ramona. If you don't have Ramona, go with the Porsche. There it is. So again, a little more hierarchy from my perspective. But which car will I go for? Tramatora XTR, really good car, love the performance. Sadly, the nitrous, it's kind of running quickly. But other than that, it's very powerful and performing car, and I can't choose the Ferrari FF, but if I would, I definitely will choose it. But then it's gonna be Faraday Futurist. Sorry if you are gonna hate me for it. Many people hate this car, hate the Faraday drivers because they're aggressive. Not mine perspective, but I didn't even use one Faraday. But I would go for it because the acceleration is very nice. Nitro efficiency is OP, handling is shit, but the drifting is decent enough to counter it, so very powerful car if you have experience with Bentley. So yeah, that would be my two picks, the Tramotora and the Faraday, but again, The Porsche is really a universal car that can help you with the performance of this rank because this car is actually pretty nice. Very good acceleration, very good handling, auto efficiency, and drifting. So the Porsche is literally way to go for new players. 1680, my friends. One of my most crazy ranks that I ever saw. Well, Bentley is obviously for like banished from mine. And the Jack is gonna be banished because it's my most used car. Same with Savage. So, which car now? Well, it's quite of a tricky one here because I'm gonna use only the Jack in this rank. But if I would choose, it would be the Savage. It would be the Savage mostly. It's not a good car, but it's very nice car in terms of handling. It's not the best car you can go with, but it have very good powerful acceleration that can keep up with some other cars. I wouldn't go with the McLaren 570S or the Chevy Corvette C7R because these are actually kinda slow on that. So that's 1680 mostly because and the Zeus 12 obviously, so Savage and Zeus 12 would be my most my another options if I don't have these cars. The MRI is good, by the way. MRI is powerful as well, and the Ferrari Monza is powerful as well. It's a very nice car. 1770 again, another here. Here I have here. If you don't Interesting. If you don't have the Chevy Camaro Independence, which you should have. If you don't have the Camaro, you can go for the Rabbit. If you don't have Rabbit, you should go with the 177, which is somewhere here. Yeah, here. And if you don't have 177 or do you want some cheaper car, you would like to go with Lycan. If you don't want that one, you want a little more handling car, I will go with P1. Pretty easy, right? But I can use P1 here, so Bugatti Veyron and Dodge Dart would be my choices. These cars have maybe problem with nitro efficiency, but they are very powerful. When I'm gonna produce ZR1, I'm gonna literally test this thing out, so don't worry. And last 1860. No fucking idea. I apologize, but I don't have Absolute, I don't have Jesco, I don't have any. But if I would ban my Cento DSC and my Solus, I would maybe consider playing with the Faraday Battista. But my number one is, well, Vision. I love playing with this car. I prefer it out of the three. It's pretty nice, pretty good. Love the handling. Again, I have to say I love the cars with good handling, and this one is very good for me. So that was number one, and the Battista would be number two. So that's all the ranks, all the different cars that I would choose if I didn't have the main cars, good car for beginners, and my favorite cars in my garage. So I hope that was it. Maybe some little useful for you. I hope I kind of ventilate my own different cars that I would prefer in a multiplayer, and you will maybe see me in these cars in at the lobby. So, well, thanks for watching and stay sandwiched. See ya, guys.